and welcome back to my blog. So today I'm here with Grant, who is a finance director and one of the leaders behind the MAD program. So Grant, we were able to meet in Las Vegas at the Simon Sinek, Zappos, and Tony Say event. And I was very inspired by what you were leading here in Ontario. So with the city and how you were inspiring government to change the workforce and, as you guys say, cure the cancer of work. So can you tell us a little bit, like 5 years ago, why the shift? What happened?
Sure. So about 5 years ago, I was doing a lot of self-reflection. I wanted to be a better person. And so I was in the position and influence of controlling a lot of people's lives here at work. And so I had a very work-focused mindset. I was a really good manager. I was just a really bad leader at the time. And so I wanted to be a better person, and so I made a change. I wanted to kind of face my own fears and find fulfillment rather than simply looking for work achievement. And so I thought I had the idea of changing people's lives here at work. And so the idea of curing people's cancer was noble. And so if I found fulfillment from that, and amazingly, our work performance also improved in government. So it's sort of a win-win situation for people and also for government. And as a result, we're happier, we're finding more fulfillment, and we're actually providing better service to the public today.
So when you first started this concept, I bet it was hard to get everybody on board, right? Because people were like, what? We work. Like,
yeah, extremely hard. The idea of living first and working second was counterintuitive to the traditional management mindset. And amazingly, I had a great group of staff here and people here that joined and jumped on board. I was very fortunate. The frontline staff wanted to live a better life. They wanted to find more meaning and more purpose at work. And so our cause was meaningful on a personal level, but also meaningful on a bigger purpose than ourselves. And so that was relatively easy. Management, however, was a little more difficult because the biggest transformation came from managers becoming managers to transforming to being leaders. And so that was probably the most difficult challenge. But again, I was fortunate. I had a great group of managers and leaders here that believe in the cause and the purpose. And so it was meaningful to them on a personal level as well. And so it was our own journey of a sort of epiphany where we want to transform ourselves from just being managers but to caring about people, which exactly is in perfect alignment with government because we're all about helping people.
Yeah, I can't imagine a better place where you should make the shift is in government, where it should be caring about the people. So I know you're inspired by Simon Sinek, and you, being the finance director, have a really swanky desk inside the supply room. So can you explain that?
Sure. So, so I'm a big fan of Simon Sinek's work and read all of his books. And his second book was called Leaders Lead Last, and it's really about leading with the heart and being a servant leader. And so the management team and I agreed to give up our offices and reverse the order and allow the staff to have larger spaces. And I actually now work out of the file room in the closet. And I actually found it to be more beneficial because the staff gets to come in for files and supplies, and I get a chance to talk and meet with them on an everyday basis in a more natural setting.
And you feel that they've gotten to know you better, they're more friendly with you?
I think so. I think it's hard being a leader and a boss because with the title, people tend to be a little afraid and a little worried about you. There's perceptions of who you are. So I think this office space or closer to the staff allows them to get to know me, a lot better.
So this new idea, when you brought it to the table and the results started coming in and you started seeing like progress and people were overall happier, but it wasn't exactly well received by your other peers, your other manager colleagues. So how did you react to that, and what do you want to keep doing to convince them that this is the new way we should be working?
Just by modeling it. I think there's a quote by Gandhi describes leadership as first they ignore you, second they laugh at you, third they resist, and fourth you win. And I think leadership is really about change, and in all change efforts, you have to go through all of those phases. There's no way to skip any of those. And so what makes leadership so difficult and so hard is that you have to weather the first of those three phases before you get to the last phase. And so your purpose and your why has to be powerful enough to have the internal strength and courage to go through the first three phases.
And so what phase do you think you're in right now?
Oh, I think we're getting close to the win phase. And so we've built a lot of momentum. We've had a lot of folks give us opportunities, speaking engagements. We've also had other cities that come actually visit our location. And so we're building a great deal of momentum. We were recently awarded an Innovation Award back this few months ago in Tulsa. So we're actually getting a great deal of recognition and a great deal of momentum right now.
So when we were in Vegas and you and your team were there in your orange shirts right there in the front row, and actually I was sitting on the other row next to you guys, which inspired me so much, and you asked probably the one question that got Simon off got him off on a rant, and it was he kind of doubted that you could make a change in government. So what were your thoughts on that?
Well, I initially thought he's just wrong. I think that government has the best ability to deliver his message of finding fulfillment from work. Unlike the private sector, where the number one objective is to make more profits for company shareholders, in government we have a noble cause.
Right.
And because of that, government has the ability and wants to share any innovative ideas with its competitors or with its other cities, because we're not competitors. We have the same common purpose of helping people. Because of that, we share ideas, unlike the private sector. And so our cause also gives people fulfillment, and that's one of the inspiration that we have for people, is that rather than simply coming to work for a paycheck, people come to work in government so they can actually make a difference in people's lives, and it gives them fulfillment rather than just simply happiness or more money.
Yeah. So I see that you have the, once again to bring up Simon Sinek now, he said to light the torches, and especially when he went off on the rant with you guys. And I see that you have like the golden circles in several areas, and you have it in like 3 different buildings to get people on board with your why. Is this how it started, and is this how you are keeping the torches lit as you...
Yeah, I think it started initially as my own personal goal of finding fulfillment for myself. And the staff decided to join in because they want to find their own fulfillment. And we thought we could change the culture here and change just our own lives here in Ontario. The journey, however, has gotten bigger than ourselves, and so we believe that we can actually change the lives of workers everywhere by modeling it. And so that's kind of kept us going, that the belief that we can actually make a difference in this world and cure the cancer of work, and we're strong believers in that. And the beauty of it is that it costs no money to do. It only takes an open mind.
I love that. So it's so easy. People can start implementing this today. What would you say to them to start this MAD program, to start it up in their offices right now?
Yeah, I would recommend that the starting point is to do a great deal of self-reflection. I think we are all on a personal journey in life to find who are we as individuals, and to grow and to learn and find our authentic self. And I think that's the starting point. When you can find who you want to be, that is the starting point. Before jumping into a change in training, it takes a great deal of courage to find yourself and what's your purpose. And that purpose gives you passion, and that passion gives you answers, and gives you clarity, and gives you fuel to take a risk.
So where do you see this program headed in the future, like in the next year?
I think we're going to get 60 minutes to come out to Ontario to do a story.
60 minutes? You can probably think bigger, and there's so many shows, yeah.
I think that would be an opportunity to spread the news and information. So for us, we're about spreading and helping others today. So our mission today is to travel, speak to folks, and provide inspiration.
Yeah, I heard you had a shirt with all your tour dates. And
Yeah, I think we had 7 or 8 different dates this year, and we've received 3 more invitations in the last month as well.
Great. Well, where will we be headed so our followers can know?
We're headed to an event in Newport Beach, and then we're also headed to an event in Riverside, and then finally we have another event coming up in Tacoma, Washington.
Wow. Okay, so for any of you who are interested in seeing any of these events, I will leave a link in the description below. So for all of you who are interested in the MAD program, also please check the description, and I will see you guys in our next vlog. Until then, keep creating, get a little madness inside you, and I will see you guys later. Bye!